All right, people. So, you know what? There's times when I say to myself, no more, no more. But then circumstances forces your hand. So I checked out Single All the Way. It is a new, I think you get it, right? You get it from the goddamn title. It is a new romantic comedy set around Christmas, and it is just dropped on Netflix. Okay, so it is directed by Michael Meyer. It is written by Chad Hodge, produced by Joel S. Rice. Cinematography is handled by Eric Kayla. It's edited by Adrian Van Zyl. Music is Anton Sanko, right? And our cast. Well, we have Peter, right? He's played by Michael Urie. And I was like, I recognize that guy. Who the fuck is that guy? Ugly Betty. He was the dude who was kind of trying to backstab Betty, but then he was a friend 1 minute. Yeah, that's a motherfucker. That's it. His best friend is Nick, and he's played by Philemon Chambers. Peter, he's oh gosh, yeah, his mum Carol is played by Kathy Najimy, right? His dad, god damn it, Harold. His dad is called Harold, played by Barry Bostwick. Um, he has two sisters. One is Lisa, played by Jennifer Robertson, who's got two daughters, Daniela, played by Madison Bridges, and Sophia, played by Alexander Beaton, and her husband is um, Tim, played by Steve Lund. Wait, I think that's correct. I believe her husband is Tim. Ugh, yeah, there's a lot of characters who don't really do anything. To be no, her husband is not Tim. Oh shit, her husband is actually Tony. Is because of the same letter, right? And Tony is played by Stefano Di Matteo. His other sister is Ashley, who is played by Melanie Leishman. Um, her husband is Jim, and he's played by Victor Andres Tojon Trelez. They've got two sons, Simon, played by Griffin Harvett, and Sam, played by Vigo Hanlett. Um, they have got their aunt Sandy, who's played by Jennifer Coldridge, and then there is James, the love interest, played by Luke Macfarlane. Okay, so that's the main cast right there. So the gist of the story is this: desperate to avoid his family's judgment about his perpetual single status, Peter convinces his best friend Nick to join him for the holidays and pretend that they're now in a relationship. But when Peter's mother sets him up on a blind date with her handsome trainer James, the plan goes awry. Array, however the fuck you want to pronounce it. Anyway, people, that's the film, right? And it is what you think it's gonna be. It is what you think it's gonna be. It's boy, like here's the thing: if you like Christmas films, if you like rom-coms, you'll probably enjoy it. You'll probably enjoy it. Now, when I say if you like rom-coms, I'm talking about, right? Your run-of-the-mill ones like Chalet Girl and just stuff like that. I'm not talking about, but I don't even call the ones, the good shit, rom-coms. You know what I mean? It's more character studies. So fuck it. Yeah, if you like rom-coms, you'll probably like this. Okay? Now, it's just got just all those typical setups, right? There's nothing new here, or just overly compelling, right? We don't really get a lot of depth in any of the characters. Like we bump into Peter at the beginning. He's on a photo shoot, and he works for this agency. You know what I mean? And they're promoting a new shaving brand, which you only kind of really get closer to the end, right? None of that is overly clear at the beginning, and they've got these influencers to pretend to be Santa Claus, and it's this whole thing. Which, listen, every time they want to kind of depict marketing and comms info, is always bad. It's always these shitty ideas, and you're just like, that's not good. Right? No one's gonna buy a product with that fucking pitch. But then they always play it like this is the best idea ever, and if it doesn't work out, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they didn't take up that. And you're like, no, it's trash. What? Just why? I don't know why they always fuck around with it, because it's clear they don't have an understanding of what motherfuckers have to do. You know what I mean? Hey, this is what I do, motherfuckers. So I can speak on this shit. If they would just give him a different job, right? Then you don't embarrass yourself with the bullshit concepts that you're throwing out there. You know what I mean? That's just me. Hey, that's nitpicking, but man, it irritates the fuck out of me. You feel me? But yeah, so he's in a relationship. He's in a relationship, which obviously it falls apart. But remember, he's supposedly in love with this dude. He's invited this dude back home, and this is just before Christmas. So you're assuming this is literally the end of November, right? That's that. When that all falls apart, he's going home for Christmas, right? And yeah, when it's like he convinces his best friend, there's not really again, it's not really any convincing here. It's just like, oh, come back with me. Okay. Yeah, that's essentially it. Right? If you're gonna set these things up, at least give us a little something. You know what I mean? Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing there. Uh, and they've lived together for years. I think they said 11 years. I might be pulling that out my ass. I may be pulling that out my ass, people, but they've been living together a long ass time. Okay? So this is the thing. They're supposedly best friends. Although, I mean, we don't really, there's not really chemistry between these people, right? I get the family thing. It doesn't really feel like a family. It's just people on screen. There's not a lot of chemistry here. I don't know. Maybe you will see something different, but I just, yeah, I just wasn't buying it. I wasn't buying it. And people, people, I don't go into these things thinking I don't want to believe in this shit. Let me believe. Let me believe, motherfuckers. It's all I want to do. You know what I mean? All I want to do. But yeah, I don't believe it. Right? And so, we just have this situation going on, right? He's like they've got this, as I said in the synopsis, they've supposedly got this plan that they're going to pretend to be. It doesn't, like, from the giddy up, it just doesn't happen. It's not like they're from the start. They're like, oh, hey, I brought my boyfriend. It's just like, yeah, I brought Nick. I didn't know you're bringing your friend. You know what I mean? And so there was no point in trying to introduce that as a plot, because it's not a plot. It's just mentioned once and then that's it. So, as I said, it's just a pointless setup. It just seemed irrelevant to even include, because you just have him go home with his friend and it's the same fucking story. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was a little like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? So there's that. Okay. And then you just get the typical thing, like he doesn't want to get set up, but then, oh my gosh, oh, I didn't know, oh, he's so attracted, this guy, blah, blah, blah. They're on a date. The whole family is now, oh, we see a connection between you two, which, hey, might be because I'm blind, but I didn't see that shit. I didn't see that shit. And then it makes no sense because, as I said, look, if they've been friends for like 11 years, they're roommates. They're roommates. So you'd think there would be an understanding on shit, right? You'd think if something was it would have happened. It would have happened. But it's just that typical thing of, now, everyone's like, oh, we think they should be together. And then it says, talking to them individually, be like, I think you love Figgy. I think you love Figgy. And then they're like, oh, I didn't realize, but I think I love it. And you're just like, what the fuck, man? If you've known each other all this time, you know, right? It's stupid. There's people I've known for a long ass time, and if someone went to me, "You secretly love that person, right?" I'd be like, "No, I think I would have known. I think I would have known. Stop it with your silliness." You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. Then they're doing, as part of the plot, there's a nativity play that again plays no real relevance to the story. No real relevance to the story. And it's just the normal fucking nativity, right? The way it's set up at the beginning, they give it a different name. And it's that when people curse, they say something Jesus hates Christ. Say Jesus hates Christ or something, but they call the play that, right? And you think, oh, is it going to be something different? No, it's a typical fucking story. But it's meant to be like, oh my god, everyone's saying it's so great. It's a typical story, motherfuckers. You ain't invented, you know what I mean, the iPad, right? It's not new technology here. Yeah, just regurgitated some shit. you know? Hey, one weird bit of the film. As I said, right, Peter's got two sisters, right? And the two girls, right? Lisa's two girls, they're all done up at one point. And then his other sister, Ashley, her two sons, they walk in to the kitchen, see the girls, and like, oh man, can we stay? And they're like, oh no, we can't because, and it's just like, you can't, but say your fucking cousins, you weirdos. You do not covet your cousin because you get some inbred kids. What the fuck, right? It's a simple thing. It's a simple thing, right? You are related. Don't ogle your fucking relatives, right? But not the weirdness of they make of the situation. It was just like, wait, what? What? And surely, this is the thing, they know they're related. They know they're related. So to be like the little kids fan, it was weird. It was just like, what? Why is that here? That is just, yeah. Man, I don't even fucking know. A lot of people are making a big a big thing out of this film because they're saying it's the first gay Christmas film Netflix have produced. It's not the first, you know, allergies, people. What the fuck? You know what I mean? What can I do? What can I do? But yeah, it's not that, you know what I mean? Look, there's been better films, right? If you want to watch a film with chemistry and shows people as fucking people, there's another big thing of this film, right? The mom is like, oh, I've read a book about gay relationships and blah blah, and it's just like, what? What? You know what I mean? It's like, now I understand gay people and and you're just like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, it was just weird. Because it was just like, oh, I had to read a book to understand. And be like, yo, people be people, man. What the fuck are you talking? People be people. Stop with the stupid. And here's the thing. A lot of the time, right, big companies make these films, and all the gay guys, they always they show a certain type of gay guy, right? Which is just so stereotypical. It's just infuriating because not all gay people act the same. But every time they want to show gay people, gay dudes, it's mainly dudes, right? They have them be like all campy and flamboyant and all that bullshit. Look, gay people, they're not all like that. They're not all like that. Look at fucking Jason Ellis. You feel me? It's just weird that you always want to show things in this fashion. You know what I mean? Like a good Christmas film that follows a gay relationship, and it's on Netflix, motherfuckers. It's a New York Christmas wedding. We spoke about it last year. We spoke to the great director. Check that one. Put that into your Christmas rotation, right? Because it's better. It's a better film. But as I said, look, if you like rom-coms, you might like this. If you liked Love Hard, right? You will like this. If you liked, what is that film? Holiday Net Holiday. It was out last year. You know what I mean? You would like this, right? If those things, you'll like this. So yeah, there's a thing, man. It's not for me, but you know, it's got an audience, people. It's got an audience. So yeah, there you have it. Single All the Way is now on Netflix.